Hey friends, welcome to Make Anything. Devin here. And first of all, sorry for the gap in videos. I was traveling the past 10 days and I just got back yesterday, but I figured I could still pull off a real quick and easy project for you guys. This is one that you can definitely do. It doesn't require a 3D printer necessarily, and we're just gonna take some buttons and little things and turn them into pins, kind of like this one right here. It's a really simple project, but it's a cool way to take maybe something that's kind of junky and turn it into something that you can wear and turn into a fashion statement or just show something cool. I don't know. Anyways, let's do it. Cool. During my travels, I actually picked up these little buttons at a thrift store. They're tiny little buttons from Kmart back in the day. Little green cheek parrots, and they're super cute. But while they would be nice as a button, I thought they would be even cooler as a little pin so that you could pin it onto your hat, onto your shirt, move it around whenever you're wearing something else, I just think it would be more versatile and fun as a pin compared to a button that's actually sewed onto a piece of clothing. You really don't need much for this project. I've got some buttons here, but you could really turn all kinds of things into pins. I've got another button here from an old pair of jeans, this little Harley Davidson button piece. I've got this old arcade token. It was kind of dirty, but I just brushed it up with some toothpaste, and that actually did a pretty good job of cleaning it up nice and quickly. And you can also make 3D printed pins like these ones I've made in the past. This little Pokemon badge. I have this Earth pin, and you've got that, and of course you've got these pin backings. You can buy a big pack of them super cheap on Amazon or eBay, wherever. And yeah, take those two things, glue them together, and you've got yourself a really cool pin. So for this button, well, all we have to do is take off this little buttonhole on the back. So you can do that with an X-Acto knife. I've got some flush cutters which actually do a really great job because you can, lay it flush to the bottom of the button, and then it's just one cut. And we've got ourselves a nice flat surface on the back. So here's that pin back, and we're just gonna take that off for now. This is the part we want to glue to the back of our button. And they sell these with different size circles, but I like these because they're quite large so that you get a lot of surface area to put on your adhesive, which helps make sure these are really nice and strong. In this case, the pin is actually just as large as it can possibly be to hide on the back of this little green cheek parrot, so that works out really well. If you do want to make smaller pins, you might want to invest in some of these with smaller backs, but this will do just fine. When it comes to gluing these together, there's a few options. I really like E6000 because it's very versatile. You can see I don't have much left, but it's nice because it really can glue any two things together, and even when it's fully cured, it's a little bit rubbery, so that gives it some resilience, so it won't just snap off. It kind of has a little bit of flex to it, so that works great. But for this, I want to try some of this Starbond thick cyanoacrylate. Starbond makes several different viscosities of super glue, but I'm going to use their thickest one for this, since it gives you a little bit more working time, and it also helps fill in gaps, because this button, though I did cut it flush, the way it was injection molded means it's not going to be completely flat on the back. Although I could sand it a bit. Yeah, I probably should. This is some high quality super glue. It even comes with these little applicator tips that come to this really tiny tip, which is going to help me precisely dispense this stuff. So let's open up the bottle, peel off this little bit of paper. I'll attach this right here, and then on top of that, well, that's actually small enough. I don't think we need the super applicator tip. This should do. So first thing we'll do is take our flush cutters again and break off the tip here, and then I'll squeeze a tiny dot of the stuff right in the center of where I'm gonna place my metal piece, just like that. Then I can grab my pin and very carefully set it down right into position. I think that's pretty perfect. So there we go. That's pretty much all there is to it. And this stuff cures pretty quickly, but just to be safe, I'll give it a few minutes to cure. And in the meantime, why don't we make a few other pins from some other things? Here's that arcade token that I showed you earlier. And for this one, we're gonna do pretty much the same thing, but I think I will go with the E6000 for this one. I think the E6000 will do a little bit better at handling the uneven surface of this. So once again, I'm just gonna put a dot. And with this one, we've got a lot of space, so we can get kind of messy with it. Put a nice big blob. I'll grab another pin back, and I can just drop that right into place. I actually dropped this right in the center, but what I do want to do is push it up a little bit. That means the weight of the coin will help keep the pin upright while you're wearing it. Now the E6000 is going to take a couple hours to actually dry, and they actually say it takes 72 hours to get to full strength. That's where the cyanoacrylate is really nice. This is pretty much ready to be put to use. You just poke it through, clip on the back, you know, just like any pin you'd have. There you go, super cute, right? Let's do one last pin using this little Harley Davidson button from an old pair of jeans my girlfriend is reworking. As you can see, it's got a really high piece here. We don't really want to deal with that. But what's nice is the top face of this pin is actually just clipped onto the rest of this button. You can see that little clip right there. So what I'm gonna do is just get a little metal tool. I've got this kind of pokey thing. You might be able to use an X-Acto blade. But anyways, anything that you can use to kind of pry these things up will do. You just kind of bend this out of place. There's another one. Where's the other one? Maybe not. I thought that would be easier to take off. All right, that worked. Took a little more force than I thought, but now we have a pretty flat back. Boop. And once again, I'll make it a little bit higher than the center so that it stays upright. All right, it's been about 12 hours now. And at this point, even the E6000 is already dry to the touch. So I think we can go ahead and test these out. There we go. Pins! Inspired by pins! I think they look great. Wait, one other thing. Googly eyes. Oh no, the bottle already clogged overnight. Guess we gotta cut it again. Just a little bit off the tip. I guess that's why they give you so many of those applicator tips. Although that worked, so that's not bad. Better than most super glue bottles. I think that's the biggest irk I have with super glue is the nozzles always clog. So it's nice that they give you a ton for this Starbond stuff. Anyways, there we go. Put it towards the top again. And for the extremely impatient, there is this Starbond accelerator. You can give it a quick 1-2, whoops. And just like that, it's already a perfect bond. Starbond. You can see this kind of white residue formed on the back here. This is called haze, and it's pretty common on plastics with super glue. We could remove it with acetone, but it's pretty much just on the back, so I don't really care in this case. I really like this. That's a good one. Anyways, I'd call this a total success. All our pins ended up working out. And, you know, like I said, this is a super simple project, nothing revolutionary, but I just wanted to give you guys the idea. I bet there's some of you like me who collect a lot of little trinkets here and there, and they're fun to have, but not very useful. Well, now you can make them useful by turning them into pins. So go ahead, look around and see what you can find. Let me know in the comments what you want to turn into a pin. And I'll also put links in the description for the different glues you can use, for the pin backings, all my favorite sources for those things. Check them out in the description. Yeah, definitely a fun little project. Anyways, there's a lot more coming up, so I'll see you guys in the next one. But that's it for now. So until next time, I'm Devin. This is Make Anything. And as always, stay inspired.